would have hated seeing the cabin like this.
Oh, is that what? What is this?
So what changes do you like from the original? What do you like about your version that's different about the original?
I really like the original, actually.
Yeah, me too.
It's really well-meaning and sincere, and I think this one has a similar sort of feel to it. But at the same time, it's really like going 150,000 miles an hour.
To me, it doesn't feel like they're the same movie at all. It's not like this is really a remake. They're really two separate entities. And so I can love each of them completely different.
Right, Fede said that. He said, it's not really a remake, it's a rebirth. Did he talk to you guys about that? What do you guys feel about that? About his vision of this movie?
I think he did a great job, though, at keeping some of the visual style of the original.
Yeah.
But still making it completely his own thing, and we were encouraged to make it our own thing as well, so I think that came across.
I love when you're thrown against the wall 3 times in a row. That just brought back all the Bruce Campbell stuff from the original. It was so good. It was such a perfect little homage without saying it,
Yeah.
My favorite stuff is still the most obvious, but the POV shots I think are so
they're amazing.
awesome. You shouldn't have touched anything from that basement.
Kunda. Strata. Montose. Kanda.
This is your first feature film. Man, after 3 shorts, how did you land this gig?
I made a short with, it was just another short, and it's called Panic Attack, and I think I made it with the spirit of just making a short, which may means nothing, but at the end of the day, it means that I wasn't making it to get anything. I was making it out of the fun of making it. That's what everybody should do shorts for. Nobody should do a short trying to show off what they can do. It's all about just enjoying, making it. I'm a fan of films, but I'm an even bigger fan of filmmaking itself, the crafts and everything that is involved around filmmaking. So I did one of those and ended up turning out, worked great. Ended up being a kind of an overnight hit on YouTube, and so spread all over the world and got to these guys. And kind of out of that, we started developing a movie of that short, and out of the relationship, we ended up, making Evil Dead.
It can only happen in the modern era.
Yeah.
True.
Of something going viral.
True.
It wouldn't happen 10 years ago.
It happened in a different way. Like I met Robert Rodriguez last night here, and we were talking about that. How when he made the mariachi, that was a very low budget out of nowhere. That was in VHS and passed along. We went to a festival, and suddenly he was getting letters on the mail from Hollywood. I got 150 emails on my computer, right? We're talking about what those emails said, and kind of the same approach from the studios. It's that kind of fun. So I hope I do, 10 times less than what he did in his life. But at least the way of the story, they used to happen, they just happen a different way, I guess.
I read a passage from that book. I released something evil.
Tell me about the grossest or scariest day during filming, any of you.
There's so many, I'm just gonna go through the rounds because they're all sort of even, but I think this is just a funny example. One day I was swimming through that swamp. You just saw it last night. I crashed the car and I swim through the swamp, and I'm on all fours, looking around, and there was a shot where you could see my underwear, and they were like, her underwear's not dirty enough. So we cut, and in front of 70 crew members, this wardrobe woman came over with a pair of muddy panties and made me put them on in front of everybody, and then I got back into the swamp.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you guys?
I mean, the obvious of cutting my face off, that was definitely the hardest part for me.
That was crazy. Tell me about the needle coming out of your eye.
Oh my God. I mean, it was cool because it's such an old school trick, because it's just in your fingers, but we had to get it right, and it was so difficult. Fede's literally right next to me, and it was just all me having to do this magic trick, but it came out so good, and it looks disgusting.
Yes.
I didn't know that's how you did it. That's pretty good.
It was really cool.
Oh my God! What the fuck did you do that?
What was the reason or inspiration behind using a female lead?
I guess it was just surprising to people. Evil Dead was always about a guy as a lead and female, demons chasing these guys and torturing them, and you want to kind of surprise them. They've seen that film before, and the film is still there, and they keep watching it. It's one of those films that people still watch. So you kind of want to surprise them and.
And plus, that's a twist. For most of the movie, it's
Yeah.
evil women tormenting men.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a sympathy factor involved with having a female lead? Like the audience gets more connected to
I
it?
don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Sam Raimi's theory was always that if you have a man scream like a woman, it's worse than a woman screaming like a woman.
True. So, Rob and Bruce, why make the new version? Like, especially if Fede didn't want to use enough CGI.
The reason to make the new version really came out of Sam. He was the biggest proponent, and he felt that so few people ever saw Evil Dead in a theater, and it was meant to be a theater experience that he always said, well, we should remake it. There's a good reason, and he also saw it as a tool to find a way to work with a new young filmmaker who could reimagine something. So those were Sam's key driving reasons, and Bruce and I became converts as the project went along further and further, and we got to know Fede and saw the take. And
It's very underexploited too, this whole horror series. No one's made an Evil Dead movie for 20 years.
True.
So a lot of these other series, they've made multiple sequels and remakes already. So this is pretty untouched ground.
Talking to that, can we expect Army of Darkness sequel?
Never say never.
So, were y'all fans of the original Evil Dead?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Since
a
I was like a
hardcore
little
fan.
kid, definitely.
Yeah. What's your guys' favorite movie, or do you like the horror genre?
My favorite horror movie is Mothman Prophecies because I
Okay.
think it's so scary without being gory or anything like that. That's my favorite type of scary.
Did you feel any pressure remaking this movie with its large following of it already?
I didn't really think about it so much. We had the original team behind this movie, the producers and Bruce. So we felt supported and we felt taken care of, and I think Fede had the harder job. He had to write it, so he might have felt a little bit of pressure.
When I got there though, and he was all into rehearsals and having us do zombie rehearsals and learn how to move our bodies different, we were in the right hands.
Yeah, we were very supportive.
Está mirando SVN.
Thank you so much. Stay tuned.
You're watching SVN.
Stay tuned.
Thank you, guys.